What that means is you have the market at your fingertips. You can buy anything, order anything. It doesn't just have to be products. I'm thinking it could be services as well. Right? You have a problem at home, you need someone to fix it, you can go online, hire that particular person, and they can show up at your house and fix it. This is the reason why we need technology. If we can just have that high table back on the high table, then we will proceed accordingly. Thank you very much. Oh, wait. Another demo. Okay, the students have a lot to show us today. Okay. Hello.
Good morning to you all. Good morning, honorable ministers. Good morning, party leaders. Yet I have representative, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ali Java, and I am a graduate from the digital marketing class. After our program, me and my team, we decided to create a website that is going to solve the problem of renting houses in the country. So we first analyzed the problem because, as they say, technology is a tool. So we are using technology to solve the problem of society. And that problem is the problem of finding a house to rent, whether as a guest or a foreigner or a native Gambian, anywhere from the country. So when we come with this website, we call it Bay Rent, and then we have our logo there, the Gambia's House Rental Marketplace. So this website, what it's going to do for the person or anybody is that whether you have a house to rent or you want to rent a house, you can always come here. So first, this is the homepage of the website. So as you can see, we have location over there, and then we have the other tab there, place, price. So you can search a house. If you need a house, you can search by price or by location. For example, if you need a house in Sukuta, you can type Sukuta. And all the listing, meaning all the customers that we have that have list their houses on this platform, those in Sukuta will appear, and then you can see the price, the number of bedrooms, and all the details you need to make a decision. So basically the website is solving two different problems, major ones, which is distance. You don't need to travel up to somewhere to find a house or know where a house is. And then another problem also it is solving is the reliability, because our website is trusted. So which means people that have houses may not go through middlemen to rent their houses here. They can come through us and we will put their house here with all the details so people can rent their house directly without having a middleman or an agent, solving the unreliability of the agent. So as you can see, these are some of the houses we have from different locations in the country. Different houses and different locations. We have villas, we have apartments. Yeah, so let my partner demonstrate how you can list a house. For example, if you have a house and you want to bring You want to bring it in this platform. How will you do that? And that is called listing. So my partner, Momoruka, will go through how we will list our house.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum everybody. My name is Momoruka, and it's an honor for me to stand here today to present this project we have been working on, me and my team. So we call it Parent to solve the issue of house rental in the Gambia. So I'm going to demonstrate how to add a listing. We made it user-friendly, as we know that in the Gambia we are not, or maybe half of us are not technological oriented. So here we have the button add a property. As a user, when you have a house and you want to present, you want to list it on our platform, you don't need any assistance from our team. You can do it all alone. So you just click the button, add a property, then you will load, you add the details, you publish it, we verify the listing to make sure that it's perfect. Maybe the view is not clear, but here is the listing page. We're gonna select the category. You select the category, either room, an apartment, or a house, Then you're gonna select the image of the house. As a landlord, when listing your property in our platform, you need good images. So here, this report will then help you to select the images that you want to display on our website. So here, I can select images. I select this image, it's loaded, and I'm going to set the price I want for my website. I'm going to say maybe 4,500 per month. That's the price per month. The location of the house, then I'm going to say maybe Kutea, my lovely village. Then I'm going to set the title of the house. What's the meaning of that? Is it a sea view, a villa, or an apartment? I'm going to say a sea view. A sea view apartment. Then I'm going to set the number of bedrooms available for the house. I'm going to say 2. And number of bedrooms, 2. If I have more details about the house, I will put it on the description. Then I will list it there. After that, I will submit the listing. It's loaded. Okay, now the listing is submitted, and the team will review the listing, because we know that not all listings are ready, and some customers will find it very difficult to find the house they need. Yeah, the listing is reviewed, and it says, "Thank you, your listing, Sea View Apartment, has been submitted, and we will be reviewed as soon as possible." Now the team will review the house, and immediately will get back to you, either to accept it or reject it, based on the conditions applied. Yeah, one more feature about the website, just if I want to message the owner to communicate for rental. This is the property I want. I just have to click reply message. I will message him. I will send him the message, then he's gonna receive the message and he's gonna reply to me based on what I need. He says that you cannot send a message for yourself because I am the one who listens to the website. So obviously I cannot send myself a message. So that's what we have for you, and we're planning to run this website live. We want to make Gambia a great place for all of us as use of this country to make it better for everybody. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's the demonstration for the listing. That is how to put your house on our platform. Now let's say as a customer how you're gonna rent a house if you want one. So let him demonstrate that. Okay, I we move on because the listing is demonstrated. So for renting, you are just going to go to the home page, please. Yeah, for renting, you are just going to type the location there or the price. So you have to put it. So if you will press search, then you will see the house you want to appear. So that was the demonstration, and this is how you search for a house. So as you can see, this technology has solved a problem in the country, which is distance and also unreliability of renting a house in the country. So we are youth, and we came up with this idea to make this website. So right now what we need is support in order to launch it, and so that we can bring this solution to the Gambian people. So thank you all of you for listening.
Alright. Thank you very much, congratulations. We are having some incredible demonstrations. I think they definitely promised me that was the last one. That was the last presentation. So let's have the high table back on the high table, and then others will proceed from there.
All right. Thank you very much. And to the students that did the demonstration, thank you very much, and of course, congratulations. This is what we expect, right? When we put you through schools, and when I say we here, it includes the parents, but also us as a society. When we put you through schools, we expect results. Now, one thing that the students who did the demonstration have demonstrated, by demonstration, the demonstration, was that the way you simultaneously create employment, make money for yourself, and help improve society is by one thing. What did the students do? What did they show us in the demonstration? That is, you become productive to society by solving problems. By doing what? Solving problems. Their demonstration showed us that you can sit at home and rent a house. You can sit at home and buy a house on nothing but your mobile phone. You can sit at home and buy a suit. You can sit at home and order a bag. Right? So this is what we need. Technology solves problems. So what I'm expecting from some of you students that are graduating is, you know one another. Come together, form a team, build something that is going to solve a fundamental societal problem, and it would be difficult to market that. And instead of seeking a job, you will be running your own company, making your money, employing people while solving societal problems. That is how we develop this country. Yeah? So those demonstrations are really amazing, and congratulations to the students. We hope to see more and more creative things. I would really be interested, definitely, I would be seriously interested in seeing a technological solution to our transportation problem. I don't know how you guys are going to do that, but transportation is a big, big issue in this country. When you close at work at 4 o'clock, when you close from work at 4 or 5 o'clock, it's difficult. You cannot leave Westfield and go to Land and come back. It's virtually impossible. Right? Some people have to walk because that's how tight it is. Even if you have a car, it is still difficult to go. So I want to know what the technological solution to our transportation problem would be. You are the IT students. Go home and strike the brakes. So the next person we have on the agenda is Honorable Ali Basala to give a statement. Honorable, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. The sun is shining in this hall. It is shining because students are here for the sole purpose of celebrating their achievement. Parents are to celebrate, teachers are to celebrate. But we must give resounding applause to the teachers. They are the bridge. They are the bridge between the past and the present and the future. It is their duty to transmit knowledge, skills, and values that keep our society moving and developing. Before, they thought that the world was flat. But thinkers felt that if the world was flat, we will keep on walking and fall somewhere in a big lagoon of some sort. That the world revolves around its axis, giving us the days and the night and the years. Education is the basis, the axis around which global development rotates. It is significant to understand that education is the seed, and ignorance is a rock. When you grow a rock, you do not reap anything but wasteland of rocks. But when you sow a seed, it becomes fruitful and it will multiply. And that's what education is all about. When now Honorable Usman Ba, when we first met, he was a thinker conceptualizing a plan and was thinking of how to actualize it. I told him that the gentleman running a college who I came into contact with, Mr. Joe, appeared very serious, very honest, very determined. I linked them together, and that is the product today. And that is why I am here, invited to talk to you. I am convinced thinkers have a future. Inventors have a future. Builders have a future. It's a key area for development in the 21st century. And my conclusion is that how they operate, and they were exploited to be able to transfer information from one area to the other. So that knowledge base must increase. Knowledge base on the very laying of those fiber optics. Who are going to be your engineers? It must be some of you moving from door level to other levels. The society must produce those thinkers and scientists so that we are not dependent on others for that. But creating the base foundation will also lead to the transmitters. The knowledge base must be developed for that. And then the users, knowledge base must be developed for that. So knowledge keeps on multiplying, requiring new brains to develop, to apprehend the knowledge in order to be of service to ourselves and to our society. Honorable Usman Ba, the spring is now flowing. And it will flow for eternity as long as the commitment is there to give it the human, material, and financial resources necessary to keep it going. And I believe your staff did demonstrate their competence. I hope the will that made it possible to establish the institution will be strengthened 1,000 times more to be able to sustain it. Thank you.
All right. Another round of applause for Honorable Salam. You know, there's something I should say. On this high table, we have a lot of influential people who have had incredible impact in my life present here. Mr. Job here owns an institute called ICC. And back in 2013, 2014, he offered me a scholarship to do a HND in Human Resource Management in his institution, which I did. So thank you very much, Mr. Job. If I tell my friends I have a HLC from ICC, they're like, you went to the ICC? I said, I went to the ICC. But it's not the International Criminal Court, it's the International Community College. We also have Professor Gomez here. Professor Gomez used to be the Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences. And I went to this man's office with a problem. I needed a scholarship. He said, well, I cannot give you a scholarship, but I can show you a way to get a scholarship. And Professor Gomez here introduced me to someone who is currently funding my university education. So that's another one. And we have Honorable Halil Mazala here, the man who just spoke. And he has been supporting me for a long time. I would show up at his office at 4 a.m. and he will spend hours talking. To this day he does it. I will go to his home when I have issues, when I have questions, when I have problems, when I need advice. And he has never once said, I cannot do it, I will not see you, I don't have the time. And he's a very busy man. So, thank you very much. And then we have the former CEO, who is now a minister, Honorable Usman Ba. I met him a few months ago at the GRA Taxpayers Award ceremony. And he's been a supportive brother since then, which is one of the reasons why I'm here. So, thank you very much. So this high table has great impact in my life. And that shows you the power we can create and the impact we can create when we choose to care about the people around us and what they do with their lives. Those of you sitting here today graduating, I'm going to keep repeating this. You have a chance. You have an opportunity. This is your chance to change your life, change the lives of the people around you, change your society, change this country. We have numerous problems. And by the way, before we leave, I'm going to keep suggesting a lot of things you people can solve, right? I did say transportation, but I think another area you people need to comment is healthcare, yeah? I think it is still a problem that when you go to the hospital, you have to buy a paper ticket, right? Everything should be digitalized. So maybe you people should come up with an algorithm that solves that problem and eases around diagnostics and all of that. So you have healthcare, you have transportation, there's also the use of agriculture, education also. So you need to be writing a lot of codes. So we will have a statement from the YEP ITC representative. And after that, because I'm a poet, I'll be doing a poem. So can we have the representative of YEP to give a statement?
ministers, honorable guest speaker, representatives from government institutions, private sectors, academic institutions, representatives from the media, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here today. You know, just yesterday we celebrated on 15th of July the World Youth Skills Day, and congratulate you what you have already achieved. I'm also incredibly happy and pleased to be here after what I've just seen during the demonstrations. And can I just say, what you guys did was incredibly smart. This was not a demonstration of skills. This was a sales pitch. You have actually pitched your businesses. I was just talking to the Honourable Minister afterwards, and he was saying, well, you were really smart here. You have all these cabinet ministers, you have all these senior representatives from government, all these leading people in the country, and you just seized the occasion to pitch your businesses. And so you went so much beyond just demonstrating your skills. So well done you, and I want to give you another big round of applause. Jobs for young people is at the very center of what we do at the Youth Empowerment Project. And for that, skills training is such an important, essential component. We know that there are still challenges when it comes to skills training in the country, whether it's the quality of it, whether it's the relevance of it, whether it's the access to it. And ever since 2017, we have been supporting different institutions together with the government to improve the skills training. 2018, we launched the Youth and Trade roadmaps in key sectors where we saw big prospects for growth, particularly for young people in key sectors, ICT, agribusiness, tourism, creative industries and others. And we have subsequently launched the Sky Fund, the Skills for Youth Employment Fund. The Sky Fund was something new. It supported skills training, but it came with new principles. It was directly tied to employment targets. It's not just about offering quality training, but also our partners signed contracts to making sure partnership with IIHT, a partnership that was not just founded on the trust and our understanding of the professionalism that they offer into training, but also founded on a track record of solid, excellent results when it comes to providing employment opportunities for young Gambians. 275 people have graduated from IIHT trainings that we have directly supported. We do very rigorous monitoring. We know that 2/3 are not just employed, but they are employed in higher earning segments of the economy. So earning a lot of money, and I'm very positive and optimistic about the prospects of all of you when you, after your graduation, not just to find employment, but as we have heard, also start your own ventures and grow the economy and add value in this wonderful country. I'm also very excited that in this batch, more than or close to 40% are female skills initiatives that we're supporting. Without them, this would not have been possible. I do also think thank the funding for the Youth Empowerment Project, and I thank all of you and the parents, capital for your ventures, helping you to set up your businesses. So we'll continue to be in touch, and we'll take it step by step. As we say at the app, danke, danke, mujata geligolo. Thank you so much.
One of the most prominent poets we have in this country, Cherno Gay. A round of applause for him, please. That is me, by the way. Yeah, that's me. So let's have some fun. This poem is called Blood in the Water. Blood in the Water. We will see why. Are you ready? Here we go. Nene winoka. Joma ganda holli tapo. Joma bauba manto tapo. Does that make sense? He said, no, son, that's nonsense. I said, how so? She said, Chairman, the fact that I have to explain that to you is unbelievable. Your generation is educated, but so intellectually disabled. Did you go to school to learn or play the game of pass the exam and leave the knowledge on the table? Every one of you is a motivational speaker. All copycats with zero creativity from the classroom. All you have are fancy codes from fancy books, fancy suits and suits to match, empty head and scarred bodies with cheap words and a foreign language to spread your ignorance from one brother to the next sister. So get out, son, go home and take our people with you. Stop following the crowd. Do right and keep your soul with you. No need to be loud. Speak sense and they will listen to you. But the intellect is proud and words hit harder than bullets, so don't preach to them. Converse with them. See, your problem is you consume knowledge, you don't produce it. So you identify problems, but you cannot solve them. You use gadgets, but you cannot make them. Even your lifestyle is borrowed. Those fashion idols you worship, you cannot be them. All your plans and strategies, including your democracy, is copied without context. You are a misguided and miseducated and a misinformed generation with smartphones, camera filters, and a global platform that requires that you come up with standards that you can never meet. You are lost to yourselves, barely known to yourselves, total strangers to yourselves. You identify as profile pictures and selfie videos. Everything that was real in you, you have locked away like old books in dusty cells. Get off the phone for a minute, I'm talking to you. I said, sorry, Mom. I said, sorry, Mom, I was just checking something on Twitter. She said, listen, son. She said, listen, son. I've got a bet against time and I am losing. I've got so much to teach you, but the clock is ticking. So I can only point the direction, but you have to walk the rest of the path on your own. And remember, there are snakes that speak English, walk on two legs, and they have master's degrees. Their venom destroys nations and generations because they bite with words, and words are immortal. They have attacks being directed at your mind because this war is mental, and you have to fight back because for you, this is existential. We cannot afford to lose to their values because this is about survival, the revival of everything we lost because some people came on the board and told us that we are backward barbarians, and after some time, we kind of believed them. So they took our land and we obeyed them. We left our values and followed them, listened, learned, copied and worshipped them. And now we swim in this vast ocean of utopian lies tainted with blood, and the sharks of moral decadence are coming to kill all of us. So get out of the bloody water, son, go home and take our people with you. Stop following the crowd. Stop following the crowd. Do right and keep your soul with you. No need to be loud. Speak sense and they will listen to you. But remember that the intellect is proud, so they will hate you first before they learn to love you. And because words is harder than bullets, you must not preach to them. You have to converse with them. So don't shoot, child. Negotiate. And she said, I looked at her and said, thank you. All right, so Chernobyl, thank you very much. That was an incredible poem. Can we continue with the program? Yes. I'm back. I'm your MC. So we continue. The ITC rep, thank you very much. The Youth Empowerment Project have been creating a lot of opportunities for a lot of young people in this country, from trainings to grants to mentorship and all of that. So the only thing we can do is thank them. And you, the young people here present today, this is an opportunity for you because if you are aware, if you look at the banner, it says in partnership with the Youth Empowerment Project. So what that means is they are supporting. What that also means is, as he was talking, if some of you decide to come together and form something and perhaps want to create a business and run it, there is a way you can work with the Youth Empowerment Project and they can support. It could be in capacity building or in any form that is available at their disposal. But that is something we should definitely do. I'm going to repeat this again. You make your money, you build your career, you create employment, you contribute to the development of this country by doing one thing, and that is by creating solutions to current problems. I don't know about solutions, but we really have a lot of problems. So that we're not going to run out of problems to solve. All you need to do is come up with the solutions. And don't worry about the money in the beginning. If you are solving a real problem, trust me, the money will come in the long run. All businessmen will tell you that. It is now my singular honor to invite the Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Professor Gomez. A round of applause for you, please.
Thank you very much, MC, and I'm very proud of you. And this is a clear demonstration of the power of education. Seeing you moderating this session gives us hope that we were right to see education, that we were right to share our thoughts with you. Honorable ministers here present, Honorable Usman Ba, founder of IIHT and Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Honorable Twin Jame, Minister of Information, Honorable Abdou Diop, Minister of Energy and Petroleum, Honorable Halifa Ababakar Sallah, Honorable Mama Kande, Project Manager YEP, our senior representative of the Ministry of Gender, Chairman, Board of Directors of IIHT, teachers, religious leaders here present, administrative staff, students, family members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very much honored to be invited here on behalf of His Excellency President Adama Barrow to grace this occasion. On his behalf and my humble self, I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate you on reaching this milestone, most especially in making education not only affordable, but accessible to many. You have made a desirable change in the lives of these young people as individuals and society. Today, we will witness the graduation of students in IT, network security, server administration, digital marketing, and graphic design, all of which are needed in the socio-economic development of the country. Ladies and gentlemen, in most developing countries, TVET is intended to serve two critical roles in long-term national development. The first is to provide training and professional growth possibilities for the growing number of youth. The second responsibility is to supply the trained labor required at all economic levels. In the absence of paid employment, the skills learned should be able to lead self-sufficiency and accelerate the growth of the economy. Individuals have to pursue lifelong learning skills to be able to determine their own destiny and career path. Enhancing employability and labor productivity of people and helping countries become more competitive can aid with structural transformation and economic growth. A virtuous cycle can be created by investing in a high-quality workforce, in which relevant and quality skills enable productivity growth and foreign direct investment, which leads to more and better jobs for the current workforce and more public and private investment in the education and training system. As a result, the existing and future workforce's employability and productivity improve. Ladies and gentlemen, currently, the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology is embarked on the transformation of the tertiary and higher education sector, including technical and vocational education training, TVET. Because education must be relevant, Education must be fit for purpose. Education must respond to the needs and aspirations of the youth of this country. Therefore, we must respond to this national call. This was premised on the need to develop a highly skilled manpower that would champion the growth and development of various sectors of the economy. To guide the transformation agenda, a strategic plan 2021-2025 was developed and is being implemented with support from our international partners. 2 of our main public tertiary education institutions will be transformed into degree awarding institutions, and these include GTTI and Gambia College. GTTI has already been transformed into the University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology USET, and is running 3 engineering programs: mechanical, civil and electronics engineering. Other engineering programs will start later, and this is done with Kwame Nkrumah University. And the Montfort University in Leicester, UK, is in charge of the entrepreneurship component, which is embedded in this program. Other initiatives being undertaken include the development of a national Tibet policy 2021-2030, construction and refurbishment of Tibet centers in various regions of the country, and provision of equipment. Because 57 years of independence, we need and we are still where we are. If it had worked, we would have developed by now. Therefore, there is need for a paradigm shift. And from this platform, I call on all Gambians, all stakeholders, for us to champion and promote Tibet. That Tibet education is not a second option. It is the best option. All developed countries use Tibet, and we need to promote that. My ministry is committed to promoting Tibet because we believe it has all the potential to change our development strides. The COVID-19 pandemic has thrown into sharper focus the pre-crisis vision of fair, relevant, and high-quality skills development. This has added an unexpected sense of urgency to the call to reform and brought to light the enormous cost of inactivity. My goal is to concentrate on planning, executing, and learning from reforms and programs intended to solve the most fundamental difficulties of skills development. The Institute will surely stand out as one leading Tibet institution that can help make that reform a reality, and I am committed to providing any support possible to see many youths given a chance at a more productive life. And earlier on, we saw the demos from the students, more very practical, looking at this and coming up with a response. Because education must respond to the challenges of society. And that's what they've done using technology. And that's the only roadmap, the only sustainable roadmap for the development of this country. The ambitious reform agenda is not only applicable to public institutions, but also to private institutions. All Tibet institutions are expected to invest in equipment at the workshops, improve, orient their training programs to market needs, revamp their curricula to address the employability and development prerequisites of the Gambia. The National Accreditation and Quality Assurance Authority, NACA, and the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology will be strengthening the regulations along these lines. The quality of TVET graduates must be of high standards so that they do not only look for employment, but should be able to employ themselves and others. Because you cannot graduate from our institutions and you come out and start begging in style. You take charge of your destiny. That's the essence of education. Ladies and gentlemen, I just returned from South Korea some 2 days ago. And I want to offer it as a model for Gambians to emulate. In 1960, their GDP per capita was $90. But today, in 2022, it is now 35,000 US dollars, representing 390 times increase. Even though they, that is the Koreans, do not have any major resources and the landscape is mountainous. They don't have anything. Our landscape is far better than Korea. But this country is now among the highly developed countries. So we need to reflect on this. Today, Korea is the 6th leading exporting nation in the world. Yet, I told you earlier on, they don't have any natural resources. Samsung alone, most of us are using these mobile, these gadgets. Samsung alone represents 20% of South Korea's GDP. 20%. Korea doesn't have oil, but they sell oil. It's the mindset. Making good use of education and taking us back to what I said earlier on, using technology, using TVET. Honorable Ba, we, government, want to support you and all stakeholders who supported you. Honorable Haifa Salah said it earlier on. He saw it and he pushed you. Others here present supported this agenda because this is the roadmap. We need to be serious with our development agenda. I therefore call on all stakeholders in the education sector to introduce mind education for a proper mindset, to change and develop the Gambia by reforming the national consciousness. TVET is the right answer. Let's embrace it. Graduates, as you complete another cycle of your studies today, surely many of you already have first-hand experience on how important it is to learn a skill and feel proud to be part of that national development process. I urge you to be ambassadors to others to embrace TVET and not see skills development as the last choice in our education ladder. Go forth, proud of your achievement, and be comforted that you will soon earn enough, even to employ someone pays much higher than your ministers. It is of critical importance that more young people should be interested in pursuing knowledge relevant to national development. National development cannot be attained in a vacuum. Parents should be commended as well. Education is a costly endeavor. And because you understood, like Frederick Douglass, that education is the road to freedom. You have made a significant investment by looking at yourself and how far you have come. Parents, guardians, and sponsors have put a lot of money into you. It is believed that sooner or later, parents will be repaid for their wise investment. You should be proud of yourself for making such a sensible investment. In conclusion, let me once again extend gratitude and appreciation to the management, staff, students, and parents of parents of these students for according me this opportunity to be part of this great family. I want to further thank the staff and students for their dedication and commitment, and also the founder for the vision, practical vision that he had, the dream of the school. May you all receive God's abundant blessings. Thank you very much, and shalom.
That was an incredible statement. Prof, thank you very much. So, here's the thing here. You people have studied and you've graduated and you've done incredibly in your studies. This is the one thing that people don't tell you. You see the plan you have in your head that this is what is going to happen when you leave school. It's not exactly going to happen. When you see that woman, you make a plan, it's not like the world rearranges itself to accommodate your plan. What happens is you have a plan, you go into the world and the world doesn't care about your plan. You rearrange yourself to fit the requirements of the world and make sure that plan works. You have to be able to adapt. So I'm going to share a short story. Yeah, this is going to take like 2 minutes. So once upon a time, there was this a horse, right? It was a beautiful, incredible horse. So this horse had one condition. It says it is never going to be owned by anybody who is not a great king, right? It is only going to be owned by a great king. So the horse was there, and one man came along once. He said he wanted the horse. The horse says, what do you do? Who are you? And the guy said, I'm a farmer. He said, see, the horse said, what are you going to use me for? The man said, I'm going to use it to plow my field. He said, I am too incredible for plowing fields. I can't go with you. So the guy left. Another man came. And he said he wanted the horse. The horse said, what do you do? The man said, well, I am a wanderer. I travel long distance. I don't exactly have a destination. I just want to see the world. So, what are you going to use me for? He said, I'm going to use you for my transportation, long distance, as far as we can go. He said, I'm too incredible to be the horse of a wanderer. I'm not going with you. Okay. A third man came. He said he wanted the horse. The horse says, well, what do you do? The man said, well, I'm a trader. I travel from market to market, transporting my goods, and I sell. He said, what are you going to use me for? He said, well, I'm going to use you to carry my goods from one market to the other. The horse says, no, I am too incredible to be the horse of a trader. So one day, the greatest king ever came to the horse and said, well, I want a horse. The horse says, who are you? He said, I am the greatest king that ever lived. He said, well, I've been waiting for you. The king said, well, can you travel long distance on end, all day? He said, no, I have never done it. He said, okay. Can you carry heavy loads from one place to another? He said, no, I have never. Can you carry me in battle, maneuvering among people trying to kill me the whole day? The second part of tertiary education. When you go to tertiary education, they say, okay, do 3 months internship, do 6 months internship. It's to make sure you get the experience. And I know there is this contradiction that hasn't happened. Well, they said they're not going to hire me because I don't have experience. How can I have experience if you don't give me the job? Well, you are right, but they are also right. So the two truths can be true. Which is why you do internship. We cannot hire you if you don't have experience, and you cannot get the experience if you're not hired. So you do internship. So get the experience. Don't be the horse, yeah? You have the most incredible results, so you must have the incredible job right now and get the thousands and thousands of dollars in salary right now. It's not going to work, I'm telling you. I know. I have a lot of diplomas too. I'm still trying to get a degree. So we're going to have one of the most charismatic speakers I know in this country, and that is Pastor Francis Forbes. A round of applause for him, please. Mr. Forbes.
That corner is a word I will leave with you. To be ready for deadlocks, for twists, for turns, for valley situations, for mountains, for mistakes. We have all gone through them. We are still going through them. But there is a popular saying we all know. It goes like this: quitters never win, and winners never quit. And so as you adorn those gowns and all the regalia that makes you look so uniquely different from everybody else, I think and I hope and I pray that you have the mindset to quit because of the next pox and COVID-23 and whatever else will come. But you will keep focus, determination, consistency in what you do. One of my favorite verses from the Bible: when you go and when he moves past you, he is as bald as I am, and he has no hair behind him. Opportunity has gone. Count the days from here to the end of 2022. Anticipate 2023. Nobody knew the Ukraine war was going to happen. It looked like a joke. Nobody thought what was going to happen had happened. COVID has come, monkeypox, all kinds of things. Governments are changing. UK is losing their prime minister. So many things are happening. In that maze, you are there. I am there. And in all these events that are going to happen, there's time for you and there is opportunity for you if only you can see it and use it. So have a vision and have a goal. And if you have those two, I guarantee you, you'll have a direction. And the tools that you have been given from IHT will guide you into your own desired destination. And finally, never forget to give back to your world and to make those who gave you this opportunity for training and skillfulness proud. I wish you all the best and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Forbes. Thank you very much, Pastor Forbes. Let's continue. That was incredible. Now we are almost coming to the tail end of the program. I see that some of the CSAs may be tired or hungry. So we have one more speaker, and then we'll have the presentation of certificates, and we would have been done. So before I call the final speaker, I have one more story to share. This is short, I promise. 1 minute. So back in the days, right? Before we had Islam and Christianity, we had our African people worshipping our African gods. And part of the religions that they practiced was they used to sacrifice animals along to the gods, right? So the animals had a problem with this. So the animals decided to call for the meeting. They said, these human beings have been killing us in the name of their gods. We are tired. Let's meet and find a solution to this problem, right? So they called for the meeting, fixed the day. And when it was time to go, the date came and it was time to go. Chicken decided that he had other business to do, so he didn't want to attend the meeting. He said, go, whatever you people decide, I agree. They said, really? He said, yeah. So they went and they had a meeting. They came back. Chicken came back from his own issues. So he said, so, you guys had a meeting? They said, yeah. Did you make a decision? Did you find a solution to the problem? They said, mm-hmm. He said, so what is the solution to this problem? They said, well, we have decided that from now on, these human beings will only sacrifice one animal to their gods. Chicken said, and which animal is this? They said, that would be you. Right? That's the end of the story. So, moral of the story is this. If you don't show, speak for yourself, no one will. Like, if Chicken was at the meeting, if they said, well, let's do chicken, Chicken could have stood up and said, no, I'm not going to do it. Why don't we do goat or cow? But Chicken wasn't there, so he couldn't speak for himself. He couldn't represent himself because he did not show up for himself. He could not protect himself. He could not protect his offspring. Which is why if you watch Nigerian movies, the most common animal they sacrifice during those things is chicken. Mostly, it's a chicken. So you have to show up for yourself. It's not just in speaking, but also in acting. You have to show up for yourself every day. You have to sacrifice every day. You have to put in the work every single day. That is how you make it, or else you're going to end up like chicken. So, the final speaker we have is Honorable Usman Ba. Now, before he comes in, I would just like to read a few things about him. He is the former CEO of IIHT Gambia. Now, Mr. Ba came to the leadership of the IIHT school with a wealth of academic training and experience with major international companies and institutions based in the United States of America. His experience includes working in various executive positions with such firms as the AT&T, Bank of America, and WorldPay. He worked as a global relationship executive with PayU, a company in the fine tech industry that is headquartered in San Francisco, United States of America. And his role at the time included covering 22 different countries around the globe, which are located in some parts of Europe, Latin America, South Africa, and India itself. Now, in 2017, Mr. Ba came back to the Gambia, and what he saw was a massive gap in technology, technological advancement, I would say. And he realized, even though we graduate more than 12,000 students from high school every year, less than 25% of those people become employable in the future. That is a massive loss. So what happens to the 75%? This is probably not part of it, but what happens to the 75%? I think that is where we find the answers in some of what YEP is doing. Gambia is one of the smallest countries in West Africa, but if you look at the statistics, we are one of the highest countries, one of the countries with the highest number of young people embarking on the bad way. Those young people, that is where some of the 75% of people who graduate from high school, who cannot become employed in this country, that's where they are. Are you seeing the problem? Yeah? So, when he saw this gap, he realized that as a person who has been making a difference on an international stage, this was an opportunity for him to stand up for his country, to show up for his country, represent his country, speak for his country, and act in a way that will benefit all the people, unlike what the chicken did. Which is why we're here today, attending the third graduation of IITH Gambia, right? So, Mr. Ba has traveled extensively all over the world. His major interest since a young man has always been and remains working with technology, and which is why he's the Minister of Communication, he's the Minister of Digital Economy, right? He earned both of his master's degrees from Golden Gate University in San Francisco. Mr. Ba is married with a son, and he is currently a minister and no longer the CEO of IITH. But in this capacity, as the former CEO and the founder and former CEO of IITH, we would like to invite Mr. Ba to give his remarks to this honorable gathering. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everybody. I think it's now afternoon instead of morning. I have to correct my statements on my speech a little bit. This is a little bit emotional for me today, to be honest with you. Also, it is exciting to be here in a different level and in a different environment. Student of IIHT, before I start my speech, have you missed those presentations with the CEO on your final program? I'm sure you do. Today, I want to take this opportunity to welcome the distinguished guests, government officials, board of directors, and present media, staff of IIHT, ladies and gentlemen, and my colleagues, Honorable Jame, Honorable Mama Kande, and Honorable Joe, and Honorable Gomez, and Honorable Halifa Salah, and the representative of Youth and Gender, and the representative of YEP. It is an honor to be with you here today. I humbly welcome and thank you all for extending your time and energy and resources to join us here today to celebrate the dual purpose ceremony. It is a dual purpose in the sense to observe it to celebrate the graduation of the second YEP ICT collaboration project, Pass Out Phase 3. And the regular ICT classes of IIT Gambia 2021-2022 as introduced recently the digital media advertising platform called lastminute.gambia.com. It is also a culmination of a vision establishing an institution of technology in the Gambia to assist youth and working professionals, including the underprivileged, in gaining the knowledge and skills and values that will equip them to compete nationally and globally in the 21st century. Today, 400 students successfully completed their program, and 65 whom have already secured a job or a permanent employment or are entrepreneurial self-employed with an average salary nothing less than 7,000 Gambian dollars. Summatively, this is a great milestone in the long journey of transforming our nation in building capacity in ICT field, in the field of information technology. As they mentioned earlier today, now we have the opportunity to be known with 4 basic areas. Pathway of the youth of a country in the life cycle of their nation. Having observed this, I believe that the nation's success and development mainly depend on the muscles of its youth population. But nevertheless, the pathway to success through life is naturally punctuated with hurdles, shortcomings, confusions, failure. These are inevitable challenges. However, these challenges are, although unavoidable, they are not indomitable because we have the ultimate tools and measures called determination, perseverance, opportunity, creativity, which we can face these challenges and eventually thrust them out. The social and cultural attitude and belief that kept our country stagnant for so long include the following. The belief young Gambian can only succeed in the West. In order to succeed, we must depend on our rich and successful relatives for financial support every way in our life. The belief there can only be few and much rewarding job in the Gambia. This notion have greatly hampered our national development and increased the dependency ratio and rendered our youth lazy and misled them to a dangerous journey of the irregular migration. Our youth even believe that only the privileged few can make leadership impact to develop our country. They forget that the community of a country is like a complete car where every constituency part of that car, of the vehicle, is equally important as the rest. If the engine is though to be the most important, still the vehicle will not move without the wheels. Despite the engine and the wheels, the car is still incomplete without the steering wheel, without the seat, without the fuel, without the brakes, the headlight, and so on. The car is only complete with each and every single of its parts intact. So each part is most important just as the rest. Similarly speaking, in the community of a country, the role of every individual is equally important in a country development. It is against this backdrop that I was motivated to invent lastminute.gambia.com in order to dilute our country's social and cultural misceptions. Therefore, prior to assuming my ministerial function, I worked on innovating a digital media advertising platform called lastminute.gambia.com, by which I intended to break the old misconception and impact in Gambia youth's mindset that each of them has the important leadership role obligated on them to fulfill their nation. And they should inevitably expect challenges which should never be judged as a failure, but as a source of motivation for more creativity in order to drive our nation in the highest orbit of development. With such visionary foresight, I have decided to bring to our Gambian youth the most highest lucrative global opportunity of ICT. As I mentioned earlier, with our global standard of ICT program, we shall skill up Gambian youth with innovative knowledge techniques that will enable them to invent social media platform, software development that would make the life of our citizens easy. To improve these and realize the mission and the vision of our nation, examples such as lastminute.gambia.com is the way forward. Lastminute.gambia.com was launched back in May 2022. There's a young man here who is part of the creation of lastminute.gambia.com. I used to come here in the Gambia, and wherever I come here, I'm looking for plumber, anything for that matter, any service, I have to call my friends, especially Alaji Baye, which I call in my database. So, to get any service provider phone number to call them. I feel like this was a challenge that we need to solve. There's a young man I said earlier named Omar Toure. Would you stand up for the crowd to see which Omar Toure? One day, give him a round of applause to make sure that we purchase this site URL ASAP. Last Minute Gambia, there is no platform in the West Sub-Sahara region today that look like lastminute.gambia.com. Lastminute.gambia.com is where merchants or service provider, or for that matter, any product you want to sell in the Gambia, you can go upload your product or services. It would create revenue for small business owners. It would help youths that have the expertise, that have no employment. All these services would provide them the tools and the resources to able to generate money to feed their family. Not only that, with lastminute.com, you are a plumber there today and somebody contacted you. Last Minute Gambia have the tools and the capability to track every user, every customer that interact with you. We will capture their phone calls, we will capture their clicks, we will capture how many clicks, how many impressions they have done on your ad. And this portal will be provided to the merchant to see if their advertising money is put into good use. So, with lastminute.gambia.com, I thought giving this opportunity to our youths in this country is a way to start. Finally, I urge all Gambian youths to make the best use of IRHT for its fountain knowledge and skills of the digital creativity in order to strongly enrich and strengthen Gambia in the world of digital competition. Based on statistical data, 67% of the population of this country are below the age of 25. 47% are between the age of 13 and 30, and approximately 60% being classified as in domestic terms. These facts present both challenge and asset depending how we prepare them for the future. It is estimated between 10 to 12,000 Gambians finish grade 12 or 15 years of education. It is estimated less than 20% secure job. Less than 10% has the opportunity to go to abroad for studies. As I said earlier, they choose to use the back road to go to Europe or seek for a better life. All too often, this ends in tragedy. Many just remain in the Gambia without no job. What plan do we have for this population to take the nation to the next level? It is the duty of the current generation to build the foundation of the next generation to become a contributing member of our society. Again, this backdrop, as a Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, I want to envision the transformation of our country from a cash and industrial economy to a cashless and e-commerce nation. Few examples include sitting at the Banta bar and being able to do your business transaction, like ordering any commodity, for that matter, you need on a single device and get it delivered to your location of your choice without having to move 1 inch. Furthermore, transactions such as filling forms online for your ID card, your passport, and paying your GRA tax, license, and value property tax, all online, and other license as well, without having to spend 1 penny on transportation. Let's look at how technology changed our lives. From the time we wake up to the time we go to bed, in some form or another, Example is your smartphone. Every one of us has a smartphone sitting in this room today. It becomes a necessity, not a luxurious. We have to embrace it. Choose what aspect you want to embrace. It is not so much of what you know, but it is so much of what you do with what you know. Nothing would be more rewarding to have a graduate from IIT Gambia or other institution for that matter to develop an app or a software application that would change the life of our citizens. I can say this with confidence. It is not a question of if, but a question of when. Technology is now changing to data science, data infrastructure, analytic, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Let me sound a warning. In the world where the power and impact of technology will only increase, our national security, both internal and external, being threatened. Many government agencies use Gmail, Yahoo Mail, or Hotmail, or other third-party domains that are completely vulnerable to hackers or others would be treated as our personal and public information. Now, there is no governing policy to control the use of social media. There is no accountability. Citizens have the right to express their opinion. Nobody questions that. What is at question? What is at issue is the misuse of social media that resulted in the destruction of our community and demoralizing our youth to the point losing the social ethics and responsibility. There is no law between you and your keyboard. But once you hit enter or submit, the responsibility begins. It is important to think about national security and how to use technology to ensure we know every person who is entering this country and why. It is only technology that can help us to resolve these issues. These are large issues and can only be solved if there is the will and the leadership that believe in digital transformation is the way forward. There are Gambian citizens who have the talent, the skill, and the competency to help our government to address these issues. They can be found in the residential community and as well as in the diaspora community as well. So to every Gambian listening this afternoon, no matter where you've been, no matter where you come from, this is our time to rise up and support the rebirth of our nation. If you work hard, if you believe in yourself, if you believe in this small nation that is gifted in so many ways, we can dream anything, we can be anything. Together, we can achieve anything. I know it is easy to say, but hard to do. There are many challenges ahead of us. We must work together to make this nation what it ought to be. We must do it. We must do it. No one will do it for us. Difficult, but not impossible. Challenging, but achievable. We can lift our citizens from a dependency to an independent and from a poverty to its prosperity. To make this vision reality, we need to stop the toxic culture of evaluating our fellow citizens by their last name or what part of the country they come from. We need to embrace our diversity as a source of strength and acknowledge that we are all Gambians. And our diversity is not a threat, but an asset. Good people give light to others. Let all of us be a resolve for others. In conclusion, graduating class 2021-2022, let me offer you a specific word of wisdom based on my personal experience and observation. Believe in yourself. Set your goals and have a dream. Seek friends and families who will support your effort. Do not let anyone distract you. Know that nothing will be handed to you on a silver plate. Work hard, and you must earn it. If you are a female, realize too, you can put your education and boyfriend and husband at an early age on the side. Having children before you complete your education is not fair to you nor to your children. Women can be prepared to be meaningful, work, and also be a wife and mothers. The road to success is not straight. There is a curve called failure, there is a loop called confusion, there is a bump speed called friends, and there is a red light called enemies. Caution light called family. You will have a flat tire called jobs. But if you have a spare tire called the determination, the engine of perseverance, and insurance called faith, and driver called Allah, you will make it to success. Thank you, all of you, for your patience and attention.
Hello, I'm back. So, as I said, we have come to the tail end of the program, and we just have a speech by a student, the vote of thanks, and we will have presentation of certificate and I will be glad to release all of you. I have one announcement to make. We've been planning this, I have been planning this for over a year now, and in November of this year, I will be organizing the biggest poetry event this country has ever seen, and I am extending an invitation to all of you, members of the high table. I am 100% sure I'll be coming to your offices individually. Yep, I will be coming. The ministers as well, Uncle Halif and everybody here present. I think the creative arts is an area that we really need to explore. And at individual level, I have done a lot, but I've also worked with a lot of incredible young poets. I still am working with them. They're part of this project that have a lot to offer. And part of the themes that we will be addressing during the event will have to do with youth empowerment and youth employment also. Issues around irregular migration will also be addressed. So basically, the entire event will be tailored to address some of the current problems that we face at country level and some of the solutions that will be proposed. So as I said, I am inviting all of you to this incredible event coming in November. And you will be aware because, of course, we will have some media coverages to make sure everything is publicized. And also we'll be visiting the offices of the members of the high table, as I said. Please support, come, and let us have fun. Now I have the singular honor to invite Rohi M. Ba, who will be giving a speech on behalf of the students graduating. Rohi.
First of all, let me start by giving glory to the Almighty God Allah for making today's occasion a resounding success. As William Otto rightly mentioned, feeling gratitude without expressing it is like wrapping a gift without giving it out. I deem it a great honor and privilege to deliver a proposed vote of thanks on this memorable day. Good afternoon, distinguished persons whose presence I would like to recognize: the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Research and Technology, Minister of Youth and Sport, dignitaries present here, staff of Indian Institute of Hardware Technology, IIT Gambia, representative of YEPT, logistic and production teams, guest speakers that honored this event with inspirational thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, our beloved audience, and my fellow graduates. Congratulations to my fellow students for successfully completing our programs. It has been a long haul for us, but I believe we will agree that it worth it in the end, and that it is a huge step towards our future. Let us chase our dreams, never stop trying, and never stop learning. Live life to the fullest, and give it nothing but your best. We would like to appreciate the entire management of IIT Gambia from the bottom of our hearts for putting in so much effort for us during these hard times. A special thanks to our able lecturers and administrators for being extremely helpful throughout this journey. We are much obliged for all your effort in supporting our academic career, which ensures that every individual has the required knowledge and skills to be successful in their future endeavors. We appreciate the fact that we are not only exposed to theoretical side of learning, but also practical aspects of it, where it is due. And please accept our deepest gratitude in appreciating the kind gift will discourage people from embarking on the life-threatening journey called irregular migration. Youth Empowerment Scholarship is a way of enhancing, promoting, and increasing job opportunities and income prospects for youth. With that, we will understand that empowering young people will narrow the gap of unemployment. Once again, we applauded you for the awesome aid in our lives. Our studies are fruitful because, at this moment of speaking, some of the beneficiaries of the award are already working as marketers and others self-employed. And I believe that deserves an applause, which is a great achievement. We are indeed grateful. I would like to conclude here, and I quote from William Winston: "This is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning." Once again, thank you, Yep, for the scholarly timely attention. They have played their portion, and now the board.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rohi. We have come to the final part of the program. And what we're going to do is this, because we have almost 300 students here. If we want to call every student to stage to pick a certificate, we're not going to leave. So what we're going to do is we will actually call one student from each of the programs, a single student from each of the programs, to come pick a certificate on behalf of that particular program, and the rest of you can collect your certificates from the school to save time. We apologize for any inconvenience, especially for the photo ops. Okay. So members of the high table have decided that it is their day, so we will have every single one of you come on stage and pick your certificate. I apologize because this was starting to sound like a dictatorship. It's a democracy. So no. Just a minute. Okay, can we have Honorable Mama Kante to please present these certificates to the students? Mr. Kante?
So this is for advanced diploma in graphic design. Can we have Musa So? Musa So. Congratulations, Musa. Yeah. So, congratulations, Musa. Ibrahim Sise. Ibrahim Sise. Advanced diploma in graphic design, yeah? Ibrahim Sise. Rebecca Kamara. Rebecca Kamara. Congratulations, Rebecca. Khadija Cham. Khadija Cham. Baba Suwai. Baba Suwai. Ibrahim M. Kama. Ibrahim M. Kama. Ibrahim Yas. Anna Yas. That is Ibrahim Yas. Ibrahim M. Kama, will have said Ibrahim Yas. Now these are results from the AFCA program. AFCA program. Can we have our visual voices? Our visual. Do we have our? Thank you very much, Madam. Can we have representative from here, please? Alaji Omar Diop. AFCA. Alaji Omar Diop. Okay. Helen Musa. Okay. Abdullah Yai. Salati Khaledi. Not Salati. Milani. Yes. Isaac Jalo. Abdullah Babani Dafe. Okay, so we have this one is from the answer program. Zilbea Jata. No. Sisa Otamba. Sisa Otamba. Suleiman Jubade. Congratulations, Mr. Jubade. Abdul Aziz Jai. Abdul Sanadar. Chairman Aliba. This is technical support, diploma in technical support. Baker. Alfred Chan. Alaji Khalid. Suleiman Gomez. Henry Roberts. Chikwobe Chidozi Ebito. Do we have this episode here? What's her name? Charles and George, Mohammed Kande,
Mariam Sise, Mariam Dembo Mane, Mr. Mane, Babu Katambe, Ibrahim Alo, Suleiman Seka, Mr. Lo, Congratulations. Suleiman Seka, Lamin S.K. Dao, Usman M. Jan, Michael Moses Jadi, Michael, Aida Jadi, Victor J. Mendy. Congratulations, Mr. Mendy. Felix Z. Demba. Mr. Demba. Momodullah Setiba. Ibrahim Ajata. Ibrahim Ajata. Mr. Israel. That's what I can pronounce properly. Do we have any help? Mama Suare, Mohamed Taha Sise, Mohamed Taha Sise, Lasana Dibasi, Lasana Dibasi, Isaac Sa, Isaac Sa, congratulations, Yakuba Koli, Yakuba Koli, congratulations, Mr. Koli. Congratulations, Mr. Koli. Adama Party. Adama Party. Saya Ubai. Babu Karbijal. Babu Karbijal. Ismail Abadi. Lasan Lapiyate. Kebani Masi. Ami Jau. Wisdom Yuchuku. Wisdom? No. Aminata Saho. Aminata Saho. Alani Esba. Demba Balde. Aminata Saho, congratulations. Demba Balde. Funding Jai. That is Mr. Sumun, right? Kausu, yes. Say Sisi, Sumun. Congratulations, Mr. Sumun. Funding Jai. Aisatu Jai. David Macmillan Omoti. Mr. Macmillan. Pa Esa Silla. Pa Esa Silla. Suleiman Pa. Mr. Pa. Mam Fat Maro. Sherman M. Jalo. Suleiman Are. Alimbo. Okay. Ibrahim Malik Sam. Ibrahim Malik Sam. Yusufa J. Keita. Yusufa J. Keita. Yaya Jaffe. Yaya. Lukman Mahmoud. Lukman Mahmoud. Congratulations, Mr. Mahmoud. Aida Kebe. Congratulations, Aida. Emily Mandy. Emily? No? Khadija Vijada. Khadija Vijada. Jocelyn Gomez. Jocelyn Gomez. Abdullah Libasi. Congratulations, Mr. Libasi. Kojo M. Nico. Mr. Nico, the people in the back, we are still not done and you're making some noise. Can we please have order in the house? We're about to IT support Mohammed Brand. Thank you very much, Minister. Can we have Amadou Sabali?